Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic, and today we're back with another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. And in this one, we're going to be taking a look at the G36 Improvement Project. And look at this beauty. And this mod basically improves the flight model, engine systems, and overall the whole aircraft. I do believe I've covered this in the past, but since then, it has received some really nice updates. And let's get ready to fly. It's the G36, the default Azobo version. Let's take a look on the outside. Yeah, this is the aircraft we have. It's the one made by Azobo, the exterior. This mod basically tries to make the performance match the pilot's operating handbook. You can even flood the engine. The checklist is very in-depth, and there's also a new hangar which basically gives you some information about your aircraft. As you can see, really well done, and it also saves the state at which you leave the aircraft in. So spark plug fouling, and then all the switches. It basically saves the state of the switches when you last flew this. And yeah, very nice. As always, I will have a link in my description down below if you want to check this out for yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And it also lets me know you guys enjoy the content. And here we have the checklist. As you can see, it is very in-depth. Flooded engine before taxi. Run up, final item, takeoff, cruise, descent, landing. This is really nice. It truly is. And I'm actually very impressed with this mod. Okay, so let's go full prop, full mixture. I do have the G1000 by the working title. So yeah, the G1000 mod really improves this massively. So here we have the engine. As you can see, we have a little bit more fuel on the right wing. And that's because that's the state this was in the last time I flew this. Altimeter as well, so let's fix this. System 24.8, 24.2. If we turn bat 1, as you can see, 0 and 24.7. Very nice. So what do we have here? Let's do Nav and Beacon. Let's turn this on for a little bit. Let's give it a little bit of throttle. Make sure the parking brake is set. Everything is looking good. Cowl flaps open. We are on the right fuel tank. And let's see if we can start the engine. Both start. There we go. We do have an engine start. I'm not going to touch the mixture just yet. I do want to show you guys the spark plug fouling. Yep, it's this one. So we're going to get some values down here. And if you're not leaned in properly, yeah, 1, 1, 1. So yeah, you do want to lean this properly as soon as you can. So avionics coming on. You can click here. Let's do engine, lean. We also have this assist, delta peak. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. 350. Let's see if we can go back down to 1100. There we go. A little bit too much. There we go. 335. 340. $350. Okay, I think we're getting there. Okay, so this should be good enough just so we can take a look at the hangar again. I think we can lean this a little bit more, but we can actually take a look here. Let's see if it's going down. Yeah, 0, 0, 0. Yeah. So as you can see, if you don't lean this properly, you can get... you can follow the spark plugs. Taxi lights. The fuel pump should be off. It is now. Annunciator test. Everything is looking good. I'm gonna test the left fuel tank. There we go. Are we still working? We are. Engine. Engine is doing its thing. Back to the right fuel tank. That's the one where we have the most fuel. So that's the one I want to use. Yeah, this airport we are at is actually quite nice. We just have to do this, and we have a runway right here. There's also a tiny runway here, but we're going to be using the big one. We're going to be using the big one. Right here on the outside. Looks like we have someone there. Very, very nice airport. Okay, throttle back down. Let's check this one last time. Cowl flaps closed. Engine is still working perfectly fine. Taxi lights are on. Beacon, nav, pitot heat, not yet. Fuel pump is off. It is off. Pitch is neutral. Prop full forward. Okay, I guess we're ready to taxi. Released the parking brake. And look at the turning radius on this aircraft. We just have to be a little bit careful. There's this guy right here. But he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. And this is our runway. This one right there. And I think this guy is just relaxing on the runway for a bit. So, taxi lights, landing lights, strobe lights. It's gonna be easier if we do all this right now. And pitot heat coming on. And a little bit after takeoff, I'm gonna check the mixture. Let's go flaps 1, which we do have the flaps indicator right here. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft. just have to roll into the runway. And we're going to be taking off, no delay. So we're not going to be lining up and waiting, we're just going to take off. Okay. Throttle halfway there, speed is alive. Going full throttle. I just want a little bit more speed and rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Let's go up a little bit so we can have a better view. Really, really nice area. Flaps coming up. We do have an autopilot on this aircraft. So it's very, very easy to fly this on longer flights. I have to say this is a new airport, but this is a nice area, actually. We have the airport right there. We also have some spots for helicopters there. I haven't really tried spawning a helicopter there, but we do have the areas painted in. So I'm just gonna assume they work. Yeah. Okay, so here we have the aircraft. Let's get the heading dialed in. And let's go autopilot. And altitude. Can you hold 5,000 for me? Thank you. And heading mode. Sorry about my phone. Completely forgot to basically... It's on silence now. So yeah. Heading mode and altitude. Now that we are in heading mode, we can go back here. And here we have the system. Fuel flow, gallons per hour, gallons remaining, used, endurance, lean. And there's also the assist. Here you can see 0. So we just pull it back. And if it gives us a... There we go. If you get this, what you want to do is just hold this, just push this in a little bit. There we go. We have a mountain there, so let's turn real quick. Cylinder select. We can check the temperature on each individual cylinder. Back on engine, as you can see, around the same fuel for both, really, around the same. Yeah, it does look clear for us, but let's turn again. I don't want to stay around the airport. This way it's going to be easier to basically land again. If we want to go up 1,000, so 6,000. We have vertical speed. We can do 500. Yeah, it's very, very straightforward. I do want to stay on 5,000 though, so there we go. Can we see the runway? Let's move around. Yep. Yeah, I think it's after this mountain. If we go back to the MFD, to the GPS, we have topo, reference, off, next reg. This is basically the weather. There we have a good view of the airport. And what we can do right now is we can actually start preparing for landing there. We can start slowing down. We can drop the gear in a little bit. I don't want to drop the gear earlier, since the gear gives us quite a bit of drag, which basically helps us to lose speed. And then we can start deploying flaps. So 120, and right here you have your landing gear if you want to do this manually. I'm just going to use my hotkey on my joystick. And as you can see, just like that, we dropped the landing gear, giving it a little bit more throttle. I'm gonna go on lean, just so we can keep an eye on the temperature. And I'm gonna start dropping flaps. I'm just gonna enrich the mixture a little bit. There we go. Since we're gonna be landing just a little bit. Full flaps, and disconnected the autopilot. I do enjoy flying from up here a little bit. I think this view is a little bit too short. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Yeah, I like this on nearly every single aircraft I fly. And we do have enough distance to line up with the runway very, very safely. And we have a lot of runway to burn speed over, so that's always good. This way we can have a smooth landing. Especially when you consider this is a very small aircraft. We don't need a lot of runway to land at. So having the option to burn some speed prior to the actual touchdown is really, really nice. I do know I have a slight tailwind, but it's like 3 knots. I don't think it's gonna affect too much, hopefully. As you can see, the G36 is very, very stable. Just minor corrections and pulling the throttle back. go. Base center line. I'm not gonna slam the brakes, I'm just gonna let it burn some speed. There we go, looking good. This way we're gonna be able to basically reach the end of the runway. And then we can just exit the runway. Flaps coming up. Flaps are up. Now we can slow down a little bit. There we go. I'm not sure if it's me, but I saw this and immediately I thought it was a giant robot. I have to sleep, I guess. So, strobe, landing lights, taxi lights, pitot coming off. Okay, this is not looking too bad. And the reason we're gonna be landing, I just want to show that the aircraft actually saves the state you leave it in. We are still using the right tank. I'm just gonna land somewhere. I'm just gonna park somewhere. We have already landed. And I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna close this flight. I'm gonna open it up again. I'm just gonna cut the video so it's not too long. But yeah, you should notice that... There we go, this is a good parking spot. Parking brake coming on. Giving it a little bit of throttle. Letting it run for a bit. Taxi lights coming off. Okay. Engine. Yeah. So we have a little bit more fuel on the left tank than the right tank. And if we check the hangar, aircraft state. And just gonna wait for this to load in. And then this, the fuel. So we have 29.23 on the left. That's very nice. What we can do right now is I'm gonna cut the fuel. There we go. Let's take a look at the switches we have here. I'm gonna turn off the beacon. I'm gonna leave nav on. I'm gonna leave the pitot heat on. The avionics will stay on. The vent blower will come on. I'm just gonna randomly do this. And then I'm gonna turn all of this off, and then we're gonna load second flight again. We are back here again. And I just loaded a second flight in. Completely random parking spot. And let's look down. We can hide the yokes. And vent blower is off. I think this was on. Avionics master is on. Pitot heat is on. And this is on both. I did forget this on, I think. Nav light is on. So yeah, it did remember the state we left that in. And the fuel tank is the right tank still. Let's see if we can take a look at the fuel right here. We do have a little bit more fuel on the left tank. And if we bring up the hangar, we just have to wait for this to load in. Okay, so we have 29.23 and 28.20. I don't really remember the rest of the numbers, but I'm gonna guess they are the same. So as you can see, this aircraft can actually remember the exact state you left that in. Although I think the vent blower was on, I think. But that's like super minor. I don't even use the vent blower. But the avionics, it's on. Pitot on. Nav on. Both magnetos. That's such a nice detail. Like, it truly, truly is. And it kind of feels like you're basically jumping inside the same plane. The very, very same plane. Which I quite enjoy, actually. I quite enjoy this idea that I'm flying the same plane again. As always, I will have a link in my description down below if you want to check the G36 for yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And wherever you are, I hope you stay safe, fly safe. Bye-bye.